Hey guys, what's up? I'm here with a review of an exploitation slasher film from 2013, and tonight's movie is Babysitter Massacre. So yeah, I have the poster as well as my DVD up on the screen right now, and it's signed by the director who I met today. He's a really cool guy, and yeah, I really hope that I like this movie. So, let's just watch it. Okay, so this movie has to do with a group of young women who, started a babysitting club when they were in, middle school. And once one of them goes missing and she is presumed to be dead, basically the whole group kind of splits up and they're just like, yeah, we're not really friends anymore. But as they, they're about to get out of high school, they decide to get back together on Halloween night, the anniversary of this girl's disappearance, to, I guess, just say their goodbyes. So, and there's also there's also a masked killer coming after them. So this movie is heavily inspired by 80s horror films. If it's not obvious by the title or by the fact that how the title is written on the DVD case or the posters or anything like that, the fact that on the back it says, "In the tradition of Slumber Party Massacre and House on Sorority Row." I mean, this movie is 100% just homage to 80s slasher films, and I really dig it. It's an homage to stuff like Slumber Party Massacre and Friday the 13th and Sorority House Massacre. Now, excuse me. Sorority House Massacre, stuff like that. It's similar. It's an homage similar to. Let me just get on the show. Similar to Gutterballs, I'd say. Gutterballs is a pretty good homage to 80s horror films and rape and revenge films. This one is a very good homage to 80s slasher films. It also gives off a kind of Scream slash Halloween kind of vibe with the whole babysitter aspect, and there's also a whole kind of cell phone aspect of it with texting that gives it a kind of Scream vibe, or a kind of When a Stranger Calls kind of vibe. So yeah. Also, the first torture scene just had to have fingernails being ripped off. I gotta say this. If you have watched my videos before, you know that that's one thing I cannot stand to see in a movie. At all. And just... okay, so back on the topic. As you should expect, this movie has a lot of nudity. And when I talked to the director earlier today, he told me that about every 3 minutes someone's either getting killed or someone's undressing. Now, it wasn't every 3 minutes, it was more like every 5 or 6 minutes, but I can forgive that. But I can just go ahead and, forgive that. I honestly wasn't expecting it to be as gratuitous as I was told, but it was still pretty gratuitous, and I still really dig it. I guess I'll start with the acting. The acting here is all around pretty decent. I mean, nothing Oscar worthy or anything like that. It's not like Leonardo DiCaprio showed up on set or anything, but it's pretty good. Well, not pretty good, but pretty decent. The writing here also is pretty decent. It's got some humor in it, and I really like the humor in this movie. There's a little bit of unintentional humor thrown in there as well that maybe only I caught. Just some of the scenes that were trying to be serious just kind of came off as not so serious to me, and I thought it was kind of funny. But maybe that is just me. The blood and gore effects here are pretty good for the low budget. The camera work and lighting are fantastic. I did not expect the camera work and lighting to be as good as it was. The characters are kind of flat, but they're still kind of likable and a little bit relatable, and honestly the movie does have a couple twists here and there that I honestly did not expect. I expected it to have just kind of some kind of cliched kind of slasher film ending, and honestly the ending isn't some cliched slasher film ending. It's kind of original. It's decently original. The music in this movie is really good. I liked it. I'm gonna compare it again to the music in Gutterballs, or possibly the music in You're Next. It's got a kind of electronic music vibe going on, while at the same time it's a little creepy. There's your usual kind of like slasher film, like kind of shrieking music in there as well. Honestly, as well, the sound mix is also good. No real negatives here. The only negative I really have is that I expected there to be a lot more gore. And, I mean, that's more of just my problem. I still thought it was a really fun movie. You know, I thought it was pretty well made. And, I mean, I could definitely understand not having a ton of gore because of budget restraints or something like that. But, I don't know. But I still really, really dig it. I still think it, even though it's not as gory as I expected it to be, I still like it. It's far better than the, like, millions of other, like, low-budget slasher films that people have made. I mean, it's definitely better than, like, Dark Ride, or The Catcher. I mean, that one was pretty bad. You know, this one's a gem. This one is definitely a gem amongst the just turds, I guess. On the gore meter from 1 to 10, 1 being something like Nosferatu, and 10 being something like Braindead, Babysitter Massacre is probably about a 4.5, maybe a 5. I'm gonna give it around that rating. You know, it's nothing too gratuitous, but I definitely say it's probably as violent as the first Slumber Party Massacre movie. So yeah, I like this movie. It's really fun. It's funny, violent, goofy. Definitely worth watching if you're into like slasher films and low budget movies. I definitely suggest picking this one up if you guys are at. Well, I guess I can't say this now, but I mean, I know the director has a booth at Horror Hound Weekend, so I get this uploaded by the time, like, Horror Hound is still, if I get this uploaded while Horror Hound is still going on, you guys could check out his booth if you want. I mean, the director's a really cool guy, and I honestly can't wait to watch more of his movies. 8 out of 10. I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10. So anyway, guys, if you liked the video, like my channel, be sure to like this video, favorite it, whatever you want, and maybe subscribe perhaps. I would really appreciate that. And check the links in the description below. There are links to things like my Tumblr, Twitter, all that, Facebook. All that is in the description below, as well as Rotten Cotton t-shirts, where I get my horror film t-shirts like this I Drink Your Blood t-shirt I'm wearing right now. This is available on their site for like 15 bucks. It's a pretty good deal if you buy like 6 or 7 shirts, and you get it. And if they're like under 20 bucks, you can buy them all together as a package, and you get it for like 70 bucks. And it's a really good deal. It's where I get my horror film t-shirts. And be sure to check out my friend Chloe, her cosplay and makeup tutorial channel. It is in the description. She always does something really interesting, really cool. And I guess that's it. I'm signing off. You guys have a good day, good night, good whatever. Peace.